Today's topic is uh, the topic is 3.3.1. Lord Krishna pervades the existence as a person. So first I will read and then I will explain what sir has kept as a content in this particular section. So I will read for you. So please follow. Krishna's appearance is also unique in another way, since he can appear simultaneously in unlimited places. That's why in Bhagavad Gita 13 chapter 14th verse Krishna says Sarvatah Panipadam Tat Sarvato Shiromukham Sarvata Shrutimaloke Sarvamatav Sarvamatavyatishtati. Everywhere are his hands and legs, his eyes and faces, and he hears everything. In this way, the super soul exists. People say Krishna is Nirakar or formless, which is not true. When Krishna expands his Paramatma feature, he pervades as a person. This means that within my heart, he hears me. He can feel my innermost desire. He can reciprocate with my feelings. Krishna says, everywhere are my hands, my legs, my ears, my eyes, my head. This is inconceivable. And one who understands that Krishna's appearance and Krishna's activities are divine does not come back to the material world. Punarjanmaneti. Once he quits his mortal body, Tyakta Deham. Rather he attains Krishna. He goes back to the spiritual world, Mameti. Each one of us has a wonderful home in the spiritual abode. This is mentioned not only in Bhagavad Gita, but even in Bible. Tell us in many places that our home is God's kingdom, and we are lost here. So do not worry, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or what shall we wear? For the pagans run after all these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need them, but seeks his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Okay, so this is from Bible. So here Krishna pervades as a person. So there are a few things in this chapter also, like Krishna is treated here as a person. So three understanding of Krishna is already being discussed. Krishna is as Brahman, Krishna as Paramatma, Krishna as a person, as Bhagwan. So Brahman is like all pervading feature, the external effulgence of the Lord, and Paramatma is a personalized feature, and then we have Krishna is supreme. So like Sir has kept this shloka, Sarvata Pani Padam Tat. He has hands, he has eyes everywhere. That means no matter wherever you are, Krishna is watching you. Krishna is watching you. Like, people may say, I don't believe on God because, I can't see him. Can you show me God? So then the Bhagavad Gita answers that, yes, you can see God, but you don't know how to see God. God can be seen, but you don't know how to see God. So like, for example, have you seen Wi-Fi signals? Nobody has seen it. But but if you read about it, when you use Wi-Fi and when the internet works and somebody explains you how the Wi-Fi functions, by that intelligence, you can able to see, oh, this is how the Wi-Fi is functioning. This is how Wi-Fi signal is generated. This is where my device can connect. If I have a suitable Wi-Fi device, I have an access to internet. All these things can be known when you have intelligence and knowledge to see that thing. In a similar way, if you want to see God, the knowledge is given in Bhagavad Gita. When you read Bhagavad Gita, it shows that how God exists, how He is pervading all through the universe, and how He is existing. Like nobody has. From the very beginning of my school life, I have heard that what is the taste of water, what is tasteless. But what is not tasteless? Water. Krishna says, I am the taste of water. Like, nobody can match the taste of water. Krishna says, I am the taste of water. So it is the opulence of the Lord, the taste of water, The quenching capability of the water is unmatched with any of the liquid available. So Krishna says, I am the taste of the water. Prabhasmi Sashi Shuryo, like I am the uh, effulgence of the sun as well. Actually, the sun reflects the light of the Brahma Jyoti only. So it has derived its light from Brahma Jyoti. The fiery property of the sun is from the external effulgence of Krishna. So directly or indirectly, the source is Krishna. So, but Krishna says, I am the Surya, I am the Sashi. The moonlight is due to me. The sunlight is due to me. So whenever a person sees sunlight, the one who have read Bhagavad Gita can remember, oh, this light which is coming from the sun, Lord exists in this. When I drink water, when I drink some water, the taste which I am feeling is not but due to Krishna. So Krishna has claim over all these things, in Bhagavad Gita that I exist like this in front of you. But in front of Arjuna, he has given him a special capability, like to show his Virat Rupa. Sir has given a very nice picture here that in order to see Lord's very partial manifestation. This Virat Swarupa, I don't think it's a complete manifestation of Lord. It's a very partial manifestation of Lord in this universe. It's not a complete manifestation of Lord. That Virat Swarupa, not Virat Swarupa, this is called Vishwarup Darshan. This Vishwarup Darshan, Lord has to show to Arjuna. He has given him a special ability to Arjuna so that he can see. So in this, it's a very interesting thing. Arjuna, if I give you this macro vision to see the entire universe, you won't be able to enjoy this world. Because a living entity desires enjoyment in this world. That's why he has come to this world, to enjoy independently of Lord. The Lord, I don't want to follow your orders. I don't want to follow your rules and regulations. I want to enjoy independently. So for that purpose, this material world has been created. But Lord,
Prabhuji, Prabhuji, there is one question in the chat box, you can see.
Okay, let me check. So being a loving father, he always wants loving father, so he wants you to always take care of you, so he has given this world. So yes, it is given that because the sunlight is because of nuclear fusion. Yes, nuclear fusion is there, but it is not because of nuclear fusion, but because of Krishna's energy, nuclear fusion is happening. For example, I just give you an example, just suppose there is an orange tree. You tell me, because citric acid is produced, that why it is orange tree, okay, or because the tree is alive, that's why it is producing orange. Okay, you can write in the chat box whether because of chemical the orange is being produced, or because the tree is alive, orange tree is alive, so it is producing chemical. Life produce chemicals, or chemical produce life? Can somebody, what do you feel? In the chat box you can write, what do you feel? Does the combination of chemical produce life, or life produce chemicals? Yes, because it is alive. So if tree is alive, it can give rise to chemical. So biological, physical phenomena happens because some living entity is behind it. Suppose you are alive, so your body will produce, your body will digest food, your body will eject food, your body will breathe, your oxygen will be taken to all different part of the bodies by the blood. If you are alive, if you are not alive, your circulation will stop, your breathing will stop, your heartbeat will stop, everything will stop. Since the soul is in the body, so it is functional. So similar way, the sun is functional, sun is moving, sun is, as a nuclear fusion is happening, everything, all the processes are happening because one living entity, the known as Vivaswan, is the sun god. Vivaswan is there. If Vivaswan leaves that planet, then the whole planet will be lifeless. So it's not because that since the physical phenomena is happening, that's why it is alive. No, it's because that living entity is there. That's why it is active. When a living entity is there, it is active. When living entity comes out of something, it becomes inert or dead. Similar with every living entity also. If a living entity is inside, so it is active. If living entity comes out, it becomes inactive. In the similar way, the material world. Earlier, the material world was inactive. So Lord as Mahavishnu glances towards the Mahat Tattva or the material world, and then what happened? All the living entities come through his vision into this material world from spiritual world. Actually, all exist in spiritual world, but those living entities who want to enjoy independently should be given a place. So this place is material world. So with the glance of Vishnu, so that glance of Mahavishnu is eternal, and that is known as Sadashiv. You can keep it for your record. Sadashiv is a glance of Mahavishnu. So now Sadashiv interacts with Mother Durga. Durga is responsible for creating this material world and taking care of this material world. So Lord Shiva interacts with Mother Durga. So in order to generate all different kind of worlds and species. And now there are many universes in this material world, many universes, crores and crores. Exact number is not given in scriptures, but it is written that there are like mustard seeds in a big sack of, in a very big sack of mustard seeds. Mustard seeds, you have seen mustard seeds and you have seen a sack also, like in which people keep some like 100 kg, 50 kg sacks you might have seen. In that, if we put mustard seeds, it is in that much quantity. That is number of universe. And every universe has, now this is also, don't think these are inactive. Everything is activated by Lord himself. So this universe are coming from the body of Mahavishnu, and then inside each and every universe, Krishna is expanding, or the Mahavishnu is expanding as Garbho Dakshay Vishnu. Then Garbho Dakshay Vishnu filling half of this world with own perspiration. And in that perspiration, and then he lies down with Anantashesh and Mother Lakshmi, and then what happened? From his navel, a lotus comes out, and in the lotus, our engineer, known as Brahmaji, he comes out. So the Brahmaji is given a strength to create, or create means to give bodies to the living entities. So in this way, and Paramatma is Shiro Dakshay Vishnu. Then Lord himself expands with each and every living entity as Paramatma. So this Paramatma feature is with everyone. Everyone means with every living entity. He can be personally with each and every person. So this Paramatma feature is being explained here. Like in the form of Paramatma, he looks at every living entity. His work is two things, Upadrashta and Anumanta. He knows what you are feeling, what you are desiring. कहते हैं ना, भगवान से मन में प्रार्थना करो. Please pray to the God in your mind. So, how can a person can see your mind? Because if you think anything in your mind, I cannot see it. I cannot see it, what you are thinking. But Lord can see. How? Because he can see at the level of mind. He is closest to you. So that is Paramatma feature. So Paramatma, like you leave the body, you leave this body, you go to another body, but Paramatma follows you. Paramatma never leaves you. He follows you from this body to next body to next body, and he waits for you. And he waits. When this living entity will look back towards me, when this living entity will turn back, once you start turning back towards him by obeying his orders, by becoming obedient to his orders, then what happens? He gives you facility. So he's like Father, he wants you back to spiritual world. It is written, like our actual home is spiritual world. So our Father is, so Krishna is like Father, so he wants everyone back there. So he personally guides. So now I found another question. Acha Prabhu, how can we say that we have a soul? And how can we feel that? So actually, you don't have a soul, you are soul. You are soul. You have the body. It's not that you have a soul. You have body. You have body. So, like for example, I will just give you a very easy example to understand. Once I was in Vrindavan and I was inside a car in a taxi. So the taxi was moving, and in front of it a rickshaw came, and that rickshaw hit and he put up a brake, and this taxi wala also put up a brake, but they had a little small collision kind of thing. This taxi wala get out of this of the taxi and slapped that rickshaw wala. Told that, "Oh, rickshaw, ठीक से देख के चला, गाड़ी में लग गई." You know. So I was thinking, see, he is a human being and this is a human being. Both are human beings. But you know how they are identifying themselves. You are rickshaw and I am car. Huh? You are rickshaw, I am car. Similar way, you might have seen that, sometimes a car is passing by and a dog is barking. A dog is barking and running up chasing the car. So why does it happen? He thinks that is a bigger animal. So he is able to see the body. He is able to see the body, not the person who is driving it. But what happens if the driver starts thinking that I am car? If I am car, that what happened with in the Vrindavan. He is thinking, "Oi rickshaw." He says, "Oi rickshaw" means you are rickshaw and I am car. So that is called ahankar. Similar terminology, ahankar. Ahankar means you are falsely identifying with something which you are not. So you are not, you don't have soul. You are soul, but you are driving this body. So when you are very small, a new body, you have a new body. So you don't know how to walk. So you learn, you put effort, then somehow you start running this machine. You got a new laptop. What do you do? पहले चलाना नहीं आता ना, you don't know how to run it. You do some mistakes, you do some close, then you start learning. Okay, ऐसा type करते हैं, ऐसा PowerPoint चलाते हैं, ऐसे game खेलते हैं. You start learning all those things, how to play a game, how to use PowerPoint, all these things. So all these things are, you learn, and then you become an expert. In the similar way, your body, what happens when you are very small, you don't know how to ride this body, how to use this body. So gradually you started walking, then you started running, then you have learned lot of skills. Some intelligence is given in this body, some strength is given in this body, you started using, and now you have started feeling that you are this body. After some time, your laptop, mobile, whatever you buy, what happens? It becomes deteriorating in its performance. So laptop starts working slowly, the mobile starts stucking, pages don't reload properly, documents start taking more time to load. In mobiles, when it get old, it doesn't charge properly, jaldi charge khatam ho jata hai. All these things happens when it becomes old. In a similar way, when our body becomes old, तो क्या होता है? अभी तो बड़ा अच्छा चल रहा है, you are young, you want to jump 5 stairs, you can jump 5 stairs. You want to jump 6 stairs, you jump 6 stairs. You want to climb down, you climb up trees, you swim. But when you become old, your body doesn't function properly. You want to run, but you can't run. You want to eat more, but you can't eat more, because your body started deteriorating. But you want to enjoy. It's not that you stop desiring for enjoyment. You want to enjoy, but body does not support, because you are not the body. You have this body. So you have this body. So now next thing, another question is, so whatever sin we are doing, do it soul? Do it the soul that is doing? Does the body has any role in it? No, you are doing na. Suppose I give you a car and you does an accident. So car is responsible? No, you are responsible. You are responsible. In fact, this is law of karma actually. Suppose you were in the car and you hit someone, and then you change your dress and you wear dhoti kurta and sit in 664, and now police come to catch you that, hey, you did accident. Then if you say that, oh no, when I did accident I was in pant shirt, now I am in dhoti kurta, so I should not be punished. No, you have to be punished because it's you. In a similar way, suppose in this life you have caused any harm to any animal or any person. Now it is recorded as karma, and what will happen? Even in the next life, the karma will carry and give you suffering. Like in this life, if you are suffering something, it may be because of in previous life you have committed some sinful activity, because of which you might be suffering now, and in previous life you might have done some good activities also, because of which you will be rewarded now. So law of karma never, it is a very accurate law. So whatever sin you do it's your desire. Soul has a property to desire. So you desire, so that's why, and then you use the body to fulfill that desire. Like the ghost, evil spirits, what are they? They are souls. but they are not having gross body to enjoy. They are having subtle body which is made up of mind, intelligence, and false ego. So they don't have a gross body, so they need a gross body to enjoy gross things. So they may capture someone else's body to enjoy gross things. So so that they are like ghost, evil. Like ghost have also species, like lower power to higher power. Lowest is bhoot. Bhoot is the one species, and then pishach is like little higher species. Then bhoot, pishach, then dakini is further higher, which can drink blood actually. Bhoot, pishach, dakini. Uh, then they have kushmand, vetal, bhoot, pishach, uh, kushmand, vetal, guhyak, Vinayak, and Brahma Rakshas. Total 8 species are there. I don't know. I'm getting 7. So, sorry, Pret. Sorry, Bhoot, Pret. One is Bhoot, second is Pret, then Pishach, then Dakini, then Guhyak, Kushmand, Vetal, uh, and Brahma Rakshas. So, like total 8 species are there of ghost. So, these ghostly species doesn't have the bodies of gross body. They have subtle body, and to enjoy gross things, they need another gross body. So they may acquire someone's gross body and then try to enjoy. So you don't have soul. You are the soul, and you possess different kind of body. So suppose you are in a human body, you feel like human. Suppose you go to a bird body, you will feel like a bird. So and everything is like a new instrument. You get a laptop, you get a mobile. It's like that. So you are having an instrument which you can use. So this body is an instrument which you are using for basically doing sense gratification. But this human form of life is very, very special. This human form of life is special because this instrument can be used to take you back to Godhead. Like, that's why Krishna is emphasizing and giving this knowledge to human beings that, using this body, this human form of life, a possibility is there for a living entity who is struggling in this entire world to go back to the spiritual world. That's why it is this knowledge is specially given into human community. You might be wondering why it is not given to dog community or donkey's community or elephant community, lion community, only to human community, because human body has this capacity to search for the spiritual knowledge and ability to go back to spiritual world. So any question on this? Okay. So I may read, if you permit me 10 minutes, I can read little more. Is it okay?
Yes, Prabhuji, you can read.
Okay, I can read then. Okay, Krishna, his devotees are eternal. Krishna, his devotees, and eternal relationship. So who is a person? It is Sir's favorite topic. Who is a person? The meaning of a person, he who has form, who enjoys his devotees and many transcendental relationships. So, I think this is a long topic, but I will give you what Sir used to say for this topic, relationship. Like there is like after I was practicing for like 7-8 years. So after that, Sir asked me one day that, okay, have you understood who is Krishna? And then I told no, hardly. A little bit I may understand. The Krishna is like this, maybe like this. So okay. Then do you know who are you? Self-realization. I said no. I have some theoretical knowledge, not directly. So okay, then what you have gained in 7-8 years? Then I told that I started feeling happy. I I started become more and more happier. I started become more and more confident about my life, and gradually sinful activities are reducing. Then gradually good qualities are coming up. Then I'm doing good to people, and all good things are happening. I'm making other people happy. So all these things are happening. So then he asked, and how you are doing all these things? I told that I'm trying to bring them closer to Krishna, and simply I'm trying them to bring them closer to Krishna. By this, everything is happening. So then Sir told, yes, you're trying to bring them closer to Krishna because everyone has a relationship with Krishna, and that relationship we don't know what is the person. You may be a friend of Krishna, you may be a father of Krishna. So any relationship you may have, but Person means relationship. If you are a person, like God is a person, that means God must have relationships. Person cannot be without relationship. So that is a very special aspect which many people unable to know about God, how God can have relationships. So what God says, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 3rd verse, Sa evayam maya tedya yoga prokta puratana bhakto me sakhacheti rahasyam hetu. Who can know the secret? The secret can be known only bhakto me sakhacheti. So Prabhupada translates science of relationship. The science of relationship can be known only to the person who has love for me. So there is science of relationship. Prabhupada uses the word science of relationship. Again and again, sir focuses on this word. That whether you are a person or not will be understood by relationship. Whether you are having relationships or not. Whether you are having friends or not. Whether you have people who loves you or not. And whether are people whom you love or not. So if there are no people in your life, then you are not a human being. Then you will be like a stone. Human being means you are having relationships, friends, circles. Even big mafias, they have friends. They have friend circles. They have their own circles. They are having different. Even Ravana, you see, he has own dependents. They have wives. They have sisters, brother, and everyone. So all these things, relationship. Whether you're a good person, a bad person, but if you are a person, then you must be having relationship. This must be very clear. So if God is a person, he must be having relationship. But there's a difference between that relationship and the relationships we have. Relationship with God is permanent. Living entity, soul are permanent. Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is permanent. And the relationship between the soul and the Supreme is also permanent. So right now, since the living entity wants to enjoy independently, so he is being sent to this material world to enjoy. So this is called forgetfulness of the God. This forgetfulness, because of this forgetfulness, we are suffering. So this is in short. So this is relationship. If you are a person, then you must be having relationships. So without this, you cannot prove that God is a person. Because God has relationships, that's why he is a person. So that is very, very important aspect. So with Krishna, his devotees. So Krishna is never alone. Once what happened, Srila Prabhupada, once a devotee made a picture of Krishna and showed it to Prabhupada. So Prabhupada, see, I made Krishna. So Prabhupada said to him, okay, it's okay, but Krishna is never alone. So Krishna is always with someone. Either keep Radharani or keep some cows or make some peacock, because Krishna is never alone. He's always with devotee. He's always with cows. He's always surrounded by his friends, or Radharani and gopis, or with Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba, or if no one, then cows and cows. So someone is always with him. So this is a meaning of relationship. Any question regarding this? Hello, hi Bob. Any questions? So, you're able to hear me? Nope. Okay. Okay. So, was a wonderful topic today. Today's topic, I will like to again just summarize. So, the topic was Lord is existing everywhere. Yes, Lord is everywhere. Only thing is we are unable to see, so that's why we are unable to believe. But only thing we should know that first thing we need intelligence to see him. Second thing we need qualification to see him. Like if you say I want to see Narendra Modi in front of my eyes, sorry sir, you have to become qualified, and you need permission of Narendra Modi to go in front of him. You cannot demand for him. So Lord is also a very important person. So he's a transcendental person. So you have to make yourself qualified to that level in order to see him. But the first stage of qualification is understanding. So that understanding comes by reading Bhagavad Gita. So when you understand how to approach him, how to see him, then gradually you make yourself qualified to see him. So so this is the first thing to understand. So, and then if you are a person, then you must have a relationship. You must be having many relationships with different people. But if you are a person, then you must be having a relationship. So that is another aspect. So okay, so now I think you have sloka recitations. Okay, so so I think I can stop now.
Prabhuji.
Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So you can continue. I can leave the call then. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you for your patient hearing. Okay. Okay. Hari Bol.